Cognitive rewards. And don't forget about cognitive rewards. At the end of a task, take 30 seconds to reflect on your progress. Say to yourself, I'm doing this. I'm showing up. I'm improving. That simple mental acknowledgement can give you the boost you need to keep pushing forward. But don't overdo it. Flip that coin again. Heads, celebrate your victory. Tails, move on to the next step. Conclusion. Let's recap what you need to do to crush your 2025 goals. Number 1, prioritize one goal and pour your energy into it. Number 2, set a lofty but achievable goal that pushes you to the limit. Number 3, be specific about your actions and write them down. Number 4, use random rewards to keep your brain excited and engaged. Number 5, celebrate your progress, but don't get comfortable. Keep moving forward. Remember this. The key to success isn't just in setting goals, it's in committing to the process, staying consistent, and pushing through when things get tough. Don't just watch this video and let it fade away. Take action today. What actually works? Alright, now let's talk about what actually works. You're ready to take massive action, right? You're ready to change your life? Then pay attention. Step 1, prioritize one goal. I know it sounds simple, but it's absolutely crucial. Most people fail because they try to do it all at once. They want to get fit, learn a language, meditate daily, and launch a business. All at the same time. But here's the truth, you can't do it all. The word priority means one thing, so pick your number 1 goal. What's the most important thing to focus on right now? What goal will set your life on fire? Write it down, commit to it, give it everything you've got, go all in on that one goal. Once you commit, you'll be unstoppable. This is your time to shine. And here's the real power move. Write it down. Studies show that writing your goals by hand can make them 42% more likely to be achieved. So grab a pen, make a plan, and commit to it. This is your moment to take charge. Staying motivated. So now we have our goals set, but what about staying motivated? How do we keep that drive burning for the long haul? The power of rewards. Let me ask you this. How do you reward yourself? Too often, people reward themselves too easily or never reward themselves at all. Here's the game changer. Use random intermittent rewards. This is a game of chance, but it keeps your brain on edge, always excited for the next win. For example, after a productive session, flip a coin. Heads, treat yourself to something sweet. Tails, keep going. This randomness keeps your motivation skyrocketing and your brain hooked on progress. You'll feel the excitement build with every flip, keeping you in a constant state of engagement.
They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again while expecting different results. But what if the real insanity is setting New Year's resolutions year after year and never achieving them? Think about it. How many goals have you set only to find that you're still stuck in the same place as last year? It's frustrating, isn't it? You've tried everything. Sheer willpower, visualization, and hustling like there's no tomorrow. But nothing seems to move the needle. What if I told you that the way most people set their goals is actually broken? What if there's a better way? A way that actually works? A way that could transform 2025 into the year you finally take massive action and achieve the unthinkable? If you're ready to break free from the cycle of failure and finally turn your goals into reality, then stick with me, because today I'm going to show you the most powerful, evidence-based strategies that will skyrocket you to success.
Mistake number 2, telling everyone your goals. It feels good to tell people about your dreams, right? You think it'll hold you accountable, but here's the truth. When you share your goals, your brain gets a dopamine hit from all the praise, as if you've already won. And guess what? This makes you less likely to take action. So, keep your goals close to your chest. Treat them like a personal mission. Only you need to know your vision. This way, you'll stay laser focused on the journey, and your motivation will stay unshakable. Let's get right to it. What does not work? You've probably been doing some of these things already, and they might be the reason you've been stuck for so long. It's time to break the chains of ineffective goal setting. Mistake number 1, relying too much on visualization. You've heard the advice, right? Visualize your success. Create a vision board. Sounds like a great plan, but here's the truth. Visualization can actually backfire. And if you don't take care of it, it's the least you'll lose it. All right, sweetlids, number 2 is going from good. When you vividly imagine your success, your brain gets a rush of dopamine like you've already achieved it, but this causes you to relax. And guess what happens next? Your motivation fades. So what's the solution? Engage with your vision every day. Revamp your reminders, move your sticky notes around, rewrite your goals, keep things fresh and alive, make your brain fight for it, keep it engaged, and keep that fire burning. So let your mind slowly start to picture. You've got what it takes to make 2025 your breakthrough year. You have the power. You have the mindset. You are unstoppable. Thanks for sticking with me. Now take the next step. Start small. Start today. And let's turn those big dreams into reality. And if you want to dive even deeper into how to break bad habits and achieve success, check out the guide on screen right now. It's at episode 158. It's time to take control. You've got this. Step 2. Set a lofty but achievable goal. Here's the secret. Don't set small goals. Aim high. Don't settle for something that's easy. Challenge yourself. Big goals push you beyond your comfort zone, and guess what happens when you do that? Your brain engages, it grows, and you become more powerful. For example, instead of saying, "I'll run sometimes," try, "I will run 3 miles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. That's a clear, powerful goal that forces your brain to stay engaged. You'll be focused, you'll build momentum, and before you know it, you'll be unstoppable. Step 3. Get specific. Listen, vague goals equals vague results. So stop with the, "I want to be healthier," or "I want to do well in school." That's not enough. You need a plan. Get specific. Instead of, "I want to run more," say, "I will run 3 miles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Instead of, "I want to ace my exams," say, "I will study 1 hour every evening and 30 minutes every morning reviewing subject X."
Focus is not just about eliminating distractions. It's about reclaiming your energy, your will, your essence. It's the sword that transforms obstacles into opportunities, challenges into lessons. The world thrives on chaos. It thrives on dividing your attention, scattering your thoughts, siphoning your potential. But those who master focus, they know the real power lies not in the external noise, but in the way they command their mental energy. Every thought, every desire, every drop of energy, it is yours to direct, to focus, to scatter. The world is full of diversions, tempters waiting to steal your energy. But true mastery is born in the moments when you shut out the distractions. It is in those rare, uninterrupted moments that you unlock your greatest power. The distractions, they are thieves, silent, sly, and stealthy, stealing your time, your attention, your vitality. But focus is the fortress that defends them. Guard it fiercely. Defeating your focus is to protect your most precious resource, your energy. Your energy is sacred. Guard it as though it were a priceless treasure. Choose at every moment what is worthy of your attention. This is not passive. This is active, deliberate. Focus demands your participation, your fight. Every redirection of energy toward your goal is a victory. Every time you refuse to be distracted, you build your discipline. You forge your path forward. When you align every ounce of your being with your purpose, when you choose focus over distraction, you begin to see the world with new eyes. Time becomes your ally. Effort becomes meaningful. Focus creates momentum, and momentum is the unstoppable force that moves mountains. The world, with its noise and confusion, will try to convince you that you need to be everywhere, doing everything. But the truth, you only need one thing: focus. This is the true economy, the economy of attention, the currency of willpower. The masses, scattered and unfocused, unknowingly fuel the systems that oppress them. But those who understand how to direct their focus, how to wield their attention, become the architects of the future. They carve the world not with sheer force, but with the laser precision of a focused mind. The world will not give you a purpose, no. It will give you chaos. It will demand that you make sense of it. And this is where your focus begins. You must be willing to confront the chaos, to face the challenges head on, to see them not as obstacles, but as opportunities that will forge you into someone capable of achieving your most audacious dreams. There is a world that demands your attention, a relentless onslaught of noise, distractions, and endless diversions, all pulling you in 1,000 different directions. It promises satisfaction,
comfort, escape. But what does it truly offer? Fleeting pleasure, momentary relief, a diversion that depletes your strength and energy. To surrender, to dissolve into the chaos, to scatter your will, your mind, your soul, to fracture the very core of your potential? No, not on your watch. Focus is the key to greatness. It is not bestowed upon you by luck or chance. It is not discovered in some hidden corner of the world. Focus is forged. It is cultivated. It is built through unwavering discipline, fierce intention, and relentless effort. Focus is not a gift. It is a battle. A muscle that grows stronger with every use, and every distraction you resist sharpens your edge. Every time you say no to the noise, you fortify your will. You transform your focus into a tool. No, a weapon, as sharp as any blade. This is not just a strategy. This is survival. In a world designed to pull you apart, focus is the force that keeps you whole. It is the force that allows you to carve your path, to conquer the chaos, to rise and become what you were meant to be. Focus is not optional. It is everything. To achieve mastery is not about speed. It's not about brute force or mindless action. It's about steadfastness. It's about showing up, day after day, focused, committed, relentless. Every single moment you dedicate to focus compounds exponentially. What others toil for years to achieve, you can accomplish in a fraction of the time by simply choosing focus. The world is a vast, chaotic noise machine. Its distractions are designed to scatter you, to dissolve your energy into 1,000 irrelevant tasks. But you must train yourself. Train your will. Train your focus to cut through the madness. Every moment you resist distraction is another moment you have claimed, another brick laid in the foundation of your future. To walk through life without sharpening yourself, to carry a blunt blade into battle, that's to deny your very potential. The strong do not run from difficulty, no. They meet it with resolve, with determination, with the sharp clarity of a focused mind. Every challenge faced, every problem solved makes them stronger, sharper, more focused. Purpose is not a gift, it is a creation, a product of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless focus. It is not static, it evolves as you do. And as you focus, as you conquer the problems in front of you, your purpose becomes clearer, more defined. Your path becomes more illuminated with each step. The world will not wait for you. It will not wait for you to focus. The weak drift, lost in distractions, waiting for the perfect moment. But the strong, they understand. The perfect moment? It's now. Focus is the bridge between your current self and your future self. It is the key that unlocks the boundless potential that lies dormant within you. Every distraction is an enemy. Every moment spent unfocused is a sacrifice of your potential. The world will pull at your attention, relentlessly, mercilessly. But focus is your shield. It is your armor, your defense against the chaos. It's the weapon that allows you to move forward with clarity, with precision, with unstoppable force. In a world full of noise, silence becomes your greatest ally. Silence is not weakness, it is power. It is the clarity of purpose. It is the space where your greatest thoughts are born, where your most decisive actions are made. The noise will try to tear you in 1,000 directions, but silence keeps you rooted in your purpose. It anchors you in your mission. To embrace silence is to embrace control. It is to stand unshaken in the storm, to see the distractions for what they are, nothing but noise. And in that silence, you will find the answers that the world tries to drown out. Sometimes I sit here and wonder, how did I even get this far? How many battles did I fight? How many times did I stand when my body screamed for rest? The answer: it's lost somewhere between the scars on my skin and the ache in my bones. Each one tells a story, doesn't it? A story of pain, a story of survival. But no one tells you how heavy those stories become. You carry them with you, like ghosts. They cling to your back, whisper in your ear when the nights are too quiet, They remind you of the faces you've lost, the promises you've broken, the things you've had to do just to stay alive, and God's, some of those things. I try not to think about them, but they always come back. Always. Sometimes, I wonder if that makes me strong or just stubborn. Maybe there's no difference. Maybe strength isn't about how much you can lift or how hard you can strike. Maybe it's about how many times you can pick yourself up, even when every part of you is screaming to stay down. Because the truth is, life isn't fair. It never has been. It doesn't care about your plans. It doesn't care about your dreams or the promises you made to yourself. Life takes. It takes and it takes and it takes. And it never gives back. But that's the thing about warriors, isn't it? We don't wait for life to give us anything. We take it. We fight for it. Even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Cry. And if tomorrow is just as hard, then I'll face it. Just like I've faced everything else. Because that's what warriors do. We endure. We fight. We survive. No matter how dark the night, no matter how heavy the burden, no matter how deep the wounds, we keep going, because to stop is to give up. And I am not a quitter. Not now, not ever. I've seen things that would make a weaker man break. The kind of horrors that carve themselves into your soul, leaving marks that never fade. I've walked through fields where the air stank of death, where the ground was soaked with the blood of men who once believed, just like I did, that they could endure anything, and yet, here I am, standing, sensing something in the air. Cold, presence I didn't want to tackle, but, gods, it's hard. It's hard to carry the weight of their hopes and dreams on my shoulders. It's hard to look in the mirror and see a man who's barely holding himself together. It's hard to keep walking when every single step feels like it's breaking me a little more. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever feel whole again, or if this is who I am now. A broken, tired warrior with nothing left to give except my determination to keep moving forward. Yuck. Yuck. I sigh as I reach for her presence. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. The path I was on, it disappeared a long time ago. All that's left is darkness. But maybe that's okay. Maybe the path doesn't matter, as long as I keep walking. Because the alternative is to stop. And stopping means giving up. Giving up means letting the pain win. And I can't do that. I won't do that. In the dead of night, when the world is asleep, they creep into my mind like shadows. I see their faces, the ones I couldn't save. I hear their voices, the ones I silenced. I tell myself it was necessary, that it was the price of survival. But it doesn't make it any easier to live with. Because the truth, I'm tired. So tired. Not just in my body, but in my soul. It feels like every step I take chips away at me little by little, until there's nothing left but the hollow shell of who I used to be. And yet, I keep going. Why? That's the question that haunts me the most. Why do I keep fighting? Why do I keep pushing forward when everything inside me is begging me to stop? Is it pride, stubbornness, a refusal to admit defeat? Or is it something deeper, something I can't quite put into words? Maybe it's hope. Hope that one day this will all be worth it. That one day I'll look back on this journey and see more than just pain and suffering. That one day I'll find peace. But hope is fragile, isn't it? It's like a flickering candle in a storm, and some days it feels like the wind is too strong, like it's only a matter of time before it goes out completely. Those are the hardest days, the days when the darkness feels endless, when the weight of it all threatens to crush me, the days when I wonder if it would be easier to just let go. But then I remember who I am. I am a warrior, a fighter, a survivor. This world may break me, but it will never defeat me. Because no matter how many times I fall, I will always rise again. I've come too far, lost too much, fought too hard to give up now. So I'll keep going. I'll endure the pain, the loneliness, the doubt, because that's what warriors do. We endure, we fight, we survive, even when it feels like the whole world is against us. We keep going, because some days it's really hard. But if I can make it through today, then maybe, just maybe, the other days will be a little easier. And if they're not, well, then I'll just keep fighting, because I'm not done yet, not by a long shot. The world hasn't beaten me, not completely, and as long as there's even the faintest spark left in me, I'll use it to light my way. Some days it's really hard, but I'll make it through. I have to, because that's what it means to be alive. That's what it means to be a warrior. Look at me. Look at what I've become. My hands, they're calloused from holding this sword, from gripping it like it's the only thing keeping me together. My body, scarred, worn, beaten down from battles I barely walked away from. And my heart, God's my heart. It's been ripped apart and stitched back together so many times that it doesn't even beat the same way anymore. But I can't stop. No, I can't stop. Because if I stop, then what was all of this for? The pain, the sacrifice, the endless nights staring up at the stars, wondering if they even see me the way I see them. Some days it's really hard, harder than I ever imagined it would be. I never thought it would come to this, not when I first set out on this journey. Back then I had dreams, big ones, bright dreams, full of hope and promise. I thought I'd be a hero, a savior, someone who could change the world. But here I am, sitting in the dark, alone, wondering where it all went wrong. The weight of every single choice, every single step, feels like it's crushing me. The world doesn't care about my dreams, does it? No, it doesn't care about the promises I made to myself or to the ones I've lost along the way. It just keeps moving, relentless, unstoppable, like a storm that never ends. And I'm just trying to survive it. But survival isn't living. Survival.
You can't control everything in life, and you know what? That's okay. There are some situations that are simply out of your hands, and their outcomes may not always turn out the way you imagined. But there is one thing you can always control: your attitude. You choose how you react to the challenges that life throws your way. Don't let negativity define you. You are stronger than that. You will never be good enough for everyone. And that's the truth. But you will always be the best for someone who truly appreciates you for who you are. So, appreciate the ones who value you, not for what you can give them, but for who you are. Don't let the opinions of people who don't matter steal your peace. And listen, it's okay to start over. Never, ever feel guilty for starting again. Life is about growth, not about perfection. If you've learned something, if you've grown, then you've already won. You get to decide how your story unfolds. Life isn't fair. It's not easy. But you are stronger than you think. Behind every strong person you admire, there's a story of struggle, a story of fighting against the odds. Behind every success, there has been a moment when they had no choice but to keep going. You don't know someone's full story, so don't judge them based on what you see. Control your anger. It's so easy to let frustration take the wheel, but anger is just one letter away from danger, and the consequences of that moment could last long after it's over. Breathe. Step back. Take your time, keep your peace, and protect your energy. Sometimes the hardest roads lead to the most beautiful destinations. It might seem difficult, it might feel impossible, but let me tell you something. Nothing worth having comes easy. The view from the top, my friend, it's worth every step, no matter how tough the journey. Keep going, keep pushing forward. Strive for what you believe in. You have the power to choose how you respond to the world around you. Your happiness, your peace, your success, it's all in your hands. Don't let anyone or anything steal that from you. And if you've been helping others and it feels like no one appreciates you, don't feel bad about stepping back. Not everyone who is drowning wants to be saved. Some people want to sink. And that's okay. You don't have to save them. Know when to pull back. To the person watching this, struggling with self-doubt or fear, you are not alone. Your life is yours to shape. You are the author of your story. No one else can tell it for you. Keep going even when the road feels too tough. Even when it feels like the whole world is against you. Keep going because life begins when you stop fearing the journey and start embracing it exactly as it is. You've got everything you need inside of you to make it happen. Believe that. Here's the thing, life is not going to be easy, but you are stronger than you think. When you learn to accept the reality that life is hard, that's when you find the strength to move forward. Growth happens when you face the truth and keep going. Focus on improving, not proving. You don't need to convince the world of your worth. If you know who you are, that's enough. The biggest mistake we make in life, thinking we have all the time in the world. Time is precious. Don't waste it trying to prove yourself to people who don't even understand your journey. Never, ever explain yourself to anyone. The person who truly cares about you doesn't need an explanation. And the person who doesn't care, they won't believe you, no matter what you say. Your worth isn't up for debate. It's not something you have to defend. Remember this, the things you truly want in life will never come easy, but that doesn't mean you should quit. Set boundaries, set limits, protect your peace. Not everyone deserves your space. Not everyone deserves your energy. Some people just aren't meant to be in your life. Be mindful of who you trust. Not everyone who claims to be your friend is really on your side. Some people wear masks, pretending to help, but hiding their true intentions. Don't just give your trust away easily. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. Your time is precious. Your vibe is precious. Smart people know when to play the fool, when to step out of their comfort zone. Don't be afraid to look a little silly sometimes. You don't have to be perfect. Sometimes, you've got to act a little foolish to learn something new or to break free from the old patterns that have held you back. A positive mind sees opportunities, even in the toughest challenges. And when life gets tough, a positive mind doesn't break. It adapts. It finds a way to rise.
Life is not about pleasing everyone around you. There will always be people who doubt you, people who want to see you fail. And that's okay. Let that be your fuel. Let that be the fire that drives you forward. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop doubting your own abilities. You've got what it takes to make things happen. Work hard, stay focused, and rise above the doubts.
Life is not about pleasing everyone around you. There will always be people who doubt you, people who want to see you fail. And that's okay. Let that be your fuel. Let that be the fire that drives you forward. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop doubting your own abilities. You've got what it takes to make things happen. Work hard, stay focused, and rise above the doubts. Life isn't a smooth ride. It's not just a straight line, no. It's a constant back and forth of highs and lows, wins and losses, struggles and triumphs. And you know what? That's okay. It's part of what makes life so meaningful. Without challenges, it's not really living. It's just existing. And you were never meant to just exist. You were meant to grow. Don't settle for existing. Don't just get by. No. You've got to show up. Every single day, you've got to take action. And you've got to attack the hard stuff. You see, there are going to be times when you fail, times when you fall short. Things won't go as planned. And yes, you will feel like giving up. And guess what? That's fine. It's okay to feel that way. But if you stay in the struggle, if you keep pushing, you will win. Even when you lose, you're still winning. Why? Because you're learning, you're growing, And the next time you face something tough, you will be better prepared for it. It's easy to get comfortable. Oh, it's so easy. It's easy to think, I'll just coast. I'll just take it easy today. But guess what? Coasting gets you nowhere. You've got to push through the hard stuff. I'm telling you, struggle sucks. It's painful. It's frustrating. But if you change how you see it, if you reframe it in your mind, you'll realize that struggle is part of the process. It's a stepping stone to your growth. Life isn't a smooth ride. It's not just a straight line. No, it's a constant back and forth of highs and lows, wins and losses, struggles and triumphs. And you know what? That's okay. It's part of what makes life so meaningful. Without challenges, it's not really living. It's just existing. And you were never meant to just exist. You were meant to grow. Don't settle for existing. Don't just get by. No, you've got to show up every single day. You've got to take action, and you've got to attack the hard stuff. You see, there are going to be times when you fail, times when you fall short. Things won't go as planned, and yes, you will feel like giving up. And guess what? That's fine. It's okay to feel that way. It all comes down to this: your ability to do what's hard. Life isn't about avoiding difficulty, it's about attacking it. You might fail, you might succeed, but one thing's for sure: you'll get better. The person you are today is not the same person you'll be tomorrow. If you keep going, if you keep improving, if you stay disciplined, that's how growth happens. Think about it. If you want freedom, if you want to live the life you've always dreamed of, you've got to pay the price. You've got to face the hard work, the challenges, the discomforts. You've got to stare them down and say, I'm coming for you. And you know what? Sometimes it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. But guess what? That's life. It's not all smooth sailing. It's a mixture of good and bad, of success and failure. Yeah, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, but you know what? It's also empowering. Because once you own it, you can change it. It's in your hands. So stop waiting. Stop waiting for something outside of you to magically get better. Let's talk about discipline. You know, if you lack discipline, you'll end up shackled to bad habits, poor health, and financial stress. If you don't work hard, if you don't save your money, if you don't invest in yourself, guess what? You'll remain stuck. But if you embrace discipline, that's when freedom opens up to you. That's when you'll have the freedom to make choices, the freedom to control your time, the freedom to live your life on your own terms. Yeah, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, but you know what? It's also empowering. Because once you own it, you can change it. It's in your hands. So stop waiting. Stop waiting for something outside of you to magically get better. Let's talk about discipline. You know, if you lack discipline, you'll end up shackled to bad habits, poor health, and financial stress. If you don't work hard, if you don't save your money, if you don't invest in yourself, guess what? You'll remain stuck. But if you embrace discipline, that's when freedom opens up to you. That's when you'll have the freedom to make choices, the freedom to control your time, the freedom to live your life on your own terms. And if you want freedom in your life, real freedom, you need disarming yourself. You've got to get comfortable with discomfort. I'm talking about getting comfortable with doing the things you don't want to do. Every single day you have a choice. A choice. You can let the excuses win, you can let the lazy side of you take over, or you can own your actions. You can push through. You can rise above the excuses. When things don't go right, when you fail, don't point the finger, don't blame your boss, don't blame your family, don't blame your circumstances. No, own it. When you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm responsible for where I'm at right now, that's when things start changing. That's the core of extreme ownership. It's realizing that everything in your life, your finances, your health, your relationships, all of it is on you. The key is this: don't let the bad moments control you. Emotions are going to come. They will. You'll feel doubt, you'll feel frustration, you'll feel sadness, and that's okay. Feel it. Let yourself feel it. But don't let those emotions dictate your actions. Don't let your feelings make your decisions for you. When you're angry, when you're frustrated, when you're sad, feel it. But don't let it stop you. Don't let it control your forward momentum. The world doesn't owe you a thing, but you owe it to yourself to show up, to move forward, to take control of your life. Life's not going to hand you what you want on a silver platter. It's going to challenge you over and over and over again. So the question is, how are you going to respond? Let me tell you something. The most successful people don't let challenges stop them. They don't. They take ownership, they push through, they keep moving forward no matter what. It doesn't matter how hard it gets, it doesn't matter how many times they fall. What matters is that they never stop. Here's the bottom line. If you want something, if you want to live the life you've always dreamed of, you have to make it happen. Don't wait for things to change. Change them yourself. Take action. Don't let excuses hold you back. Don't let fear stop you. And don't wait for the perfect moment, because guess what? That moment doesn't exist. Start now. Own it. Push through the struggle. It won't be easy, it's going to be tough, but guess what? You are tougher. And as long as you keep moving forward, no matter what, you're going to come out on top. So, what are you going to do today?
When you stop responding, they start talking to themselves. They begin rewriting history, replaying every argument, every choice, every moment they thought they had under control. And they will never, ever get the answer they're searching for. Because silence isn't an answer, it's a statement. It's a statement of strength, of knowing your worth. It's saying, I'm done. Done being your pawn. Done giving you the power to dictate my peace. Done. Pause for emphasis, and that, my friend, is something they will never understand until it's too late. You see, words, they're nothing but noise, fleeting, forgettable. We throw them around like stones, hoping they'll land somewhere important. But the truth is hidden in the silence. When you stop talking, when you stop responding, when you stop feeding their need for validation, something changes. And it's not just you who feels it, it's them. The moment you refuse to engage, refuse to give them what they want, attention, control, acknowledgement, they become unmoored. They can't stand it. They may act like they don't care, like they're unfazed, but inside they're unraveling. Our silence speaks to them louder than anything you could ever say. You think you're the one who's broken, don't you? They've made you believe that. They've convinced you that your worth is tied to their acceptance, their approval, their validation. But the truth is, they needed you, far more than you ever needed them. Pause. Build intensity. They needed your energy, your attention, your time, your care. And when you stopped giving, that's when the real power shifted. Think of it like a predator, the hunt. That's what thrills them, the chase. But when you stop running, when you stop playing the game they've set for you, you become the predator, and they become the prey. Lost, disoriented, desperate. They need you. They need your presence to feel significant. Without it, they crumble, they shatter, because here's the thing. Silence is not absence. No, it's a presence, a shadow. It creeps in where there was once noise. It's a mirror they can't avoid, reflecting back all the things they never wanted to face about themselves. The lies, the betrayals, the moments they thought you'd never walk away from. What's worse than the words they'll never hear from you? The thoughts they can't control anymore. It's not about revenge. No, not at all. It's about power, true power, the kind that doesn't scream for attention, but waits in the silence. the kind that leaves them drowning in a storm of their own making, silence. People fear it. They tremble at its presence, not because it's empty, but because they know, deep down, that there is something far more dangerous about it than any noise could ever be. It's the silence that speaks when words fail, when actions have already been taken, when every response you could offer is a weapon you choose not to use. It's the silence that forces them to question everything, every word they said, every promise they broke, every moment they took you for granted. They will come back, they always do. They'll beg for your attention, your forgiveness, your validation. But here's the catch. They don't want you back. They want the version of you that was easy to control, the one that bent over backward, the one that apologized for things that weren't your fault. They don't miss you. They miss the power they held over you. But now they're faced with the truth that you don't need them. You never did. And that realization eats them alive. It strips them bare, leaving them exposed, vulnerable, unarmed. And they hate it. What's even worse, they can't even admit it. They won't say it out loud. They'll twist the story, play the victim, make it seem like you're the villain. But deep down, they know. They know they lost. They lost because your silence is louder than their lies. Your silence is the victory they'll never get back. This isn't just about walking away. No, this is about walking towards something better, something brighter, something more peaceful. It's about reclaiming your power, your peace, your freedom. They thought they could break you. They thought they could silence you. But look at you now.
The greatest revenge is not in proving others wrong. No, it is in proving to yourself that you are capable of far more than they ever imagined. Your potential is not dictated by their expectations. It is determined by your vision. Let their doubt fuel your ambition. Let their limitations become the foundation upon which you build your rise. You are not bound by their perception. You are not bound by the past they try to assign to you. The path to greatness is carved by those who choose to embrace the unknown, who dare to risk everything in pursuit of their dreams. It is not about avoiding failure. It is about using failure as the crucible where resilience is born. Every stumble, every fall is not a defeat, but an opportunity to become stronger, sharper, better. There will be times when it seems like the world is against you. You will face adversity, struggle, pain. But adversity is not your enemy. It is your ally. It strips away the superficial, the unnecessary, and forces you to confront your true self. Those who are unwilling to face adversity, they are left behind. But those who meet it with determination, they are the ones who rise. They evolve. They become something unstoppable. The real game is not about defeating others. It is about defeating the limitations you place upon yourself, the doubts, the fears, the self-imposed barriers that hold you back. You are the one who decides how far you will go. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by your choices. Every decision you make today shapes the person you become tomorrow. The world may try to distract you, to pull you into its chaos, but the true battle is fought within. It is fought in silence, in the quiet moments when you decide to push forward, to build, to grow. The greatest revenge is not in proving others wrong. It is in building yourself up to a point where their actions no longer matter. You do not need to dwell on the actions of those who wish to see you fall. No, they will try to define you by your past, to limit your potential with their words, their judgments, their schemes. But self-improvement It is a rejection of their expectations. It is a rebellion against their limitations. It is a rebellion against their limitations. It is not a battle fought with them. It is a battle fought with yourself. Every victory over your doubts, every overcoming of your flaws becomes a monument to your will, a monument they cannot steal from you. True power does not lie in their downfall, no, it lies in your rise. To obsess over your enemies, to focus your energy on their failures, is to waste your time. Instead, turn inward, sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, refine your spirit. That is where your power lies. But where the real fight is won, and when they see you again, they will not recognize you. And that will be your triumph. The world will try to put you in a box, to limit your vision, to define you by the things you've done. It will push you into categories: safety, comfort, mediocrity. But self-improvement, it is the act of shattering these illusions. It is carving a path that only you can walk. Transcendence. 17th impression, it is carving a path that only you can walk. It is stepping into the unknown, leaving behind the chains of comfort, and embracing the growth that discomfort demands. Each day you dedicate yourself to becoming stronger, smarter, better. You win. You are winning against the limitations others place upon you, against the voice that tells you to stay small, to stay comfortable. But comfort is a prison, a false sanctuary. It keeps you stagnant, it keeps you small. To break free from it is to embrace the chaos, to live in the storm of transformation, to reach for something greater, something only you can define. It is easy to cling to comfort, to take the safe path, to follow the rules. But safety does not breed greatness, no. Greatness is born from the willingness to take risks, to venture into the unknown, to face the storm head-on. Every moment you hesitate, every time you choose comfort over courage, you lose a piece of yourself. But every time you rise, every time you push forward despite the fear, you become unbreakable. When you focus on building yourself, your character, your skills, your resilience, you build something no one can take from you. Status can be taken away, opinions can change, but your character, your abilities, your will to improve, those are unshakable. Self-improvement is not about pleasing others. It is about pleasing yourself. Becoming the person you always knew you were capable of being. It is not about perfection. It is about growth. Every step forward, every action you take to better yourself is an act of rebellion against those who wish to see you fail. Revenge is a concept twisted by human nature, misunderstood, and misapplied. Most believe revenge is an eye for an eye, a battle of destruction, a momentary victory. But true revenge, the kind that endures, that outlasts, is not in retaliation. It is in your evolution. To rise above the noise, to become unshakable, to mold yourself into something they never saw coming, that is revenge. In its purest form, it is not chaos, it is creation. To forge yourself in the fires of adversity, that is the most powerful response to those who wish to break you. You are not fragile. You are not meant to be erased. The world may try to wound you, betray you, or insult you. But each setback, each insult, each injury becomes fuel for your transformation. Every failure, every loss, every obstacle shapes you, molds you into a being they cannot destroy. And this is where your power lies. You've got one shot. One shot at this life. The clock is ticking. And no one is going to wait for you. The only thing that's going to move you forward is your mindset, your willpower. If your mind is weak, your body will fall. But if your mind is strong, if your spirit is unbreakable, then you will keep going. No matter what. It's not just about physical strength. It's about mental fortitude. It's about being relentless. It's about having pride in yourself and in the work you put in, even when no one else is watching. Let that inner fire, that warrior spirit, burn within you. Let it drive you, guide you, and fuel you when everything else feels impossible. You keep pushing, you keep grinding, because that struggle is there for a reason. It's meant to forge you. It's meant to turn you into something greater, something unstoppable. It's meant to build you into the person you were always meant to become. And that's not easy. So don't look for shortcuts. Don't look for a way out. There's no easy route to the top. You have to earn it. Every single step you take, every sacrifice, every drop of sweat, every ounce of energy is what sets you apart. Sets you, it's what's going to make you stand out when the world looks for someone who's willing to give it all. When the weight of the struggle starts to feel unbearable, that's when you dig deeper. That's when you find out who you really are. You find out what you're made of. Easy doesn't make you stronger. Easy doesn't test you. Easy doesn't push you beyond what you thought was possible. So when it gets tough, when the world tells you to stop, you don't. When the pain comes, embrace it. The world doesn't reward comfort. It rewards sacrifice. It rewards the ones who keep fighting when everyone else quits. The ones who endure when the world tells them to stop. And that's where you're going to find your greatness. So don't wait. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for the perfect moment. That moment isn't coming. You have to create it. You create it by showing up every day, by refusing to quit, no matter what. Even when the doubt creeps in, even when your body is screaming for you to stop. When you're tired, push harder. When your mind tells you that you're done, that's when you fight back. Every moment you spend in discomfort is another moment you're getting stronger. And that's how you build greatness. Stop waiting for someone to hand you the life you want. Go take it. The road won't be easy, but you know what? It's worth it. It's worth every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every moment of pain. You're not ordinary. You were born for something bigger. Stop thinking that where you come from defines where you're going. No, it's your actions, your choices, your willpower, your determination that will shape your future. Every day is an opportunity to push past your limits, an opportunity to show the world what you're made of. Don't waste it. Every time you get knocked down, get back up. Every time you feel defeated, rise stronger. Every time you think you can't go on, prove to yourself that you can. You've got everything you need inside you. Everything, every ounce of strength, every spark of resilience. It's there, but you have to unleash it. You have to ignite that fire and let it burn with everything you've got. No more excuses. No more waiting. Your time is now. Don't let it slip away. Stop waiting for someone to hand you the life you want. Go take it. The road won't be easy, but you don't need permission to succeed. You just need to take it. This is your fight, your battle, your glory. No one can fight it for you. No one can walk this path for you. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The moment to rise. The moment to show the world that you won't back down, that you are unstoppable. You were born to fight. You were born to push past your limits. You were born to conquer. So go ahead. You were born to conquer. So go ahead, rise. Become the warrior you were meant to be. Let nothing stand in your way. Nothing. The world doesn't want you to succeed, but it's going to have to deal with you anyway. You're not ordinary. You're destined for greatness. Now go out and claim your future. The world will remember the warrior who refused to quit. And that warrior is a tennis court at dawn, the sun rising over the horizon, slow mob shots of Serena Williams preparing for a match, the intensity in her eyes as she gets into her stance. In the world of tennis, few names shine as brightly as Serena Williams. A legend, a pioneer, a woman whose journey is more than just about tennis. It's a story of resilience, a story of overcoming obstacles that would break most people. But Serena? Serena is different. Her spirit? Unbreakable. Seen. Young Serena and Venus practicing in Compton, California. Footage transitions to the sisters competing on the world stage. Scenes Serena competing in high-stakes matches, moments of doubt after tough losses. Intense focus during matches. Returning to tennis after becoming a mother, after facing life-threatening complications. It wasn't easy. Serena lost. She struggled. She questioned herself. Could she really do it again? Could she really become the Serena we all knew and loved? Cut to Serena's powerful comeback moments on the court. But guess what? She did it. She always does. She kept fighting. She didn't just return. She came back to win. Every time she took the court, she was not just playing for herself. She was playing for every woman who thought they couldn't have it all. For every mother who thought they couldn't return to greatness after having children. Footage of Serena struggling with injuries, notably knee and back problems. Clips of her walking off the court in pain, followed by moments of recovery. And then came the injuries. The knee, the back problems. Serena's body, the very thing that had made her a champion, was betraying her. She faced surgery after surgery, and for a while, it seemed like the game had beaten her. But Serena doesn't stay down for long. Cut to Serena working hard in physical therapy, training to return to the court. Every time they told her to stop, she came back stronger. Every single time. How? How did she do it? With grit, with determination. She wasn't just coming back to play tennis. She was coming back to prove a point. To herself. To everyone who doubted her. Scene. Slow mount of celebrating victories, laughing with her daughter and embracing her journey. Serena Williams has shown us that greatness isn't just about titles. It's about overcoming the impossible. She's been knocked down again and again, but every time she rises. Every single time. The screen fades to a final shot of Serena walking onto the court, determined and powerful. Serena Williams is more than a champion. She is the unbreakable spirit, a mother, a fighter, a legend. Scene fades to black with the words, "The resilience of a champion," appearing on screen. Serena Williams, a woman who taught us that when life knocks you down, you stand up, you fight, and you never ever give up. Scene: Serena mentoring young tennis players, giving back to the sport. Today, Serena Williams is more than a tennis player. She is a symbol, a beacon of hope. Her influence extends far beyond the tennis court. She's a voice for those who've been marginalized. She's an advocate for gender equality. She's a champion not just for women's rights, but for social justice. Her story is our story. Cut to Serena working with kids, advocating for change, and smiling with her family. Her legacy? Unmatched. She's broken records, she's shattered ceilings, she's given a voice to the voiceless. And her impact will resonate for generations. Scene: Serena mentoring young tennis players, giving back to the sport. Today, Serena Williams is more than a tennis player. She is a symbol, a beacon of hope. Her influence extends far beyond the tennis court. She's a voice for those who've been marginalized. She's an advocate for gender equality. She's a champion not just for women's rights, but for social justice. Her story is our story. Cut to Serena working with kids, advocating for change, and smiling with her family. Her legacy? Unmatched. She's broken records, she's shattered ceilings, she's given a voice to the voiceless. And her impact will resonate for generations. Serena Williams was born in 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan. Raised in Compton, California, alongside her sister Venus, Serena's early life was filled with struggle, poverty, violence, hardship. But through it all, something extraordinary began to take shape. Serena's father, Richard Williams, saw something in his daughters that no one else did. He believed in their greatness. Against all odds, Serena, alongside her sister, rose from the streets of Compton, defying expectations every step of the way. Cut to footage of Serena winning her first major championship, the 1999 US Open. At the age of 17, she made history, claiming her first Grand Slam title at the 1999 US Open. The world was stunned. Serena Williams was a force, an unstoppable force. No one could have predicted it, but there she was, the youngest Grand Slam champion in the Open era. The tennis world would never be the same. Serena Williams was born in 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan. Raised in Compton, California, alongside her sister Venus, Serena's early life was filled with struggle, poverty, violence, hardship. But through it all, something extraordinary began to take shape. Serena's father, Richard Williams, saw something in his daughters that no one else did. He believed in their greatness. Against all odds, Serena, alongside her sister, rose from the streets of Compton, defying expectations every step of the way. Cut to footage of Serena winning her first major championship, the 1999 US Open. At the age of 17, she made history, claiming her first Grand Slam title at the 1999 US Open. The world was stunned. Serena Williams was a force, an unstoppable force. No one could have predicted it, but there she was, the youngest Grand Slam champion in the Open era. The tennis world would never be the same.
Patience is the warrior's greatest weapon, the stillness that precedes the strike. It is the strength to endure
Serena
the
giving
discomfort
birth
of
to
waiting,
her daughter Olympia.
the wisdom to know
Footage
that
transitions to
everything worth
Serena
having
training
requires
after
time.
childbirth.
The impatient
In
seek
2017,
shortcuts,
Serena's life took another
but the patient
turn,
understand
one that no one
the
could have
only
predicted.
path to true
She
success
gave birth to her
is
daughter,
the one forged
Alexis
through
Olympia Ohanian
persistence,
Jr.,
through
but the
the
road
quiet
wasn't easy.
endurance of
Complications
time.
arose. Serena
To be
nearly lost her
patient
life during
is to be
childbirth. Her
unshakable.
body, once
It
the
is to
epitome
know
of
that
strength,
no matter how
was
long it
fragile,
takes,
vulnerable.
no matter how difficult
For the first
journey,
time,
you
she
will
wasn't the
arrive at your
fighter. She
destination.
was the one who had
The
to heal.
impatient will burn out.
Cut to Serena
energy
speaking
spent
about her
in frantic
struggles
efforts. But the
post-childbirth.
patient will arrive.
I thought my career was
calm,
over.
steady,
After everything,
unbroken,
after all I'd fought through, I thought, this is it.
In
But then I
patience
realized
lies the
something. It
strength
wasn't
of the
done.
silent
I had to
warrior,
find my strength
the
again.
quiet force
I
that
had
moves
to.
through the world unnoticed until the time comes to strike. And when it does, the strike is swift, sure, and unstoppable. The greatest victories are not for the hurried. They are for those who wait. To wait is not to surrender. It is to prepare. In a world that praises instant results, patience is the rarest form of strength. In a world driven by haste, the patient see beyond the rush, moving not in a frenzy, but with purpose, with calm, with unwavering focus. They understand that time does not bow to the will of the impatient. Instead, it bows to those who know how to wait. To wait is to make a choice to remain unshaken in the face of pressure, to endure the storm while others are swept away. The impatient seek to force outcomes, but true strength lies not in rushing, but in the wisdom to know when to act. Time is not an enemy to those who understand it. Time is an ally to those who know how to move with it. Patience is the silent warrior on the battlefield. It does not charge in blind with reckless abandon. Instead, it watches, waits, and strikes with precision when the moment demands it. Victory is not achieved by speed or by force, but by knowing when to move and when to stay still. The impatient will falter, acting too soon, too quickly, too loudly. But the patient know that their time will come. They do not rush. They let the world move around them, and in the right moment, they make their move, swift, sure, unstoppable. Patience is the art of restraint. It is the discipline to wait, to trust in the timing of the universe. Every moment spent waiting is not wasted. It is the process of preparation, of sharpening the mind, of fortifying the spirit. The impatient waste their strength in haste, but the patient use every second to build power, to learn, to grow. Patience is a crucible for the soul. It tests your resolve. It challenges your will, but those who endure emerge stronger than ever. Unbreakable, undefeated. Patience is the silent warrior on the battlefield. It does not charge in blind with reckless abandon. Instead, it watches, waits, and strikes with precision when the moment demands it. Victory is not achieved by speed or by force, but by knowing when to move and when to stay still. The impatient will falter, acting too soon, too quickly, too loudly. But the patient know that their time will come. They do not rush. They let the world move around them, and in the right moment, they make their move, swift, sure, unstoppable. Patience is the art of restraint. It is the discipline to wait, to trust in the timing of the universe. Every moment spent waiting is not wasted. It is the process of preparation, of sharpening the mind, of fortifying the spirit. The impatient waste their strength in haste, but the patient use every second to build power, to learn, to grow. Patience is a crucible for the soul. It tests your resolve. It challenges your will, but those who endure emerge stronger than ever. Unbreakable, undefeated. Patience teaches you that control does not lie in constant action, but in the ability to wait without fear. It is the strength to stay calm in the face of chaos, to observe without reacting, to choose your moment with precision. The patient are never lost in the storm, because they are the ones who control it. They remain the calm eye at the center of the hurricane, unaffected by the winds around them, knowing that time will grant them the perfect opportunity. The impatient fight against time, clawing at what they cannot control. But the patient understand that time moves with them, not against them. Time rewards those who wait, not those who demand, but those who endure. It is not in the frenzy of action that greatness is born, but in the steady, consistent pursuit of purpose. Patience is not idleness. It is not passivity. It is the highest form of action, deliberate, calculated, unstoppable. The patient do not act in haste, because they know that the outcome is always determined by the careful precision of their movements. They wait for the perfect moment, and when that moment comes, they strike with all the force of their preparation. They do not fear time, because they know that patience allows them to bend time to their will. To be patient is to master the mind. It is to ignore the external pressures that tell you to act now, to demand now, to rush ahead. The world will try to provoke you, to push you into rash action. But the patient know that true power lies not in responding to the storm, but in waiting for it to pass. They let others waste their energy, their focus, their clarity, while they remain unmoved, gathering their strength for the perfect strike. The greatest victories are not those that come swiftly, but those that are earned over time. Empires rise not by the will of the impatient, but by the steady, deliberate actions of those who understand that greatness is not a destination, but a journey. The patient know that the rewards of life do not come from a single burst of effort, but from a constant, unwavering commitment to the process. Each day is an opportunity to build, to grow, to move closer to mastery. Time will test you. It will challenge your resolve, push you to your limits. But those who know patience will find that time is not their enemy. It is their greatest ally. It will grant them opportunities when others have lost theirs. It will reward them for their consistency, their discipline, their unwavering belief that greatness is not rushed, but earned. There are no excuses. I don't want to hear about what's holding you back or why you can't do it. You are the only person who can stop you from achieving greatness. No one else. It's not about your past, your mistakes, or what you didn't have. It's about your future. It's about the vision you create and the steps you take to get there. Think about this. What if, just for a moment, you stopped blaming everyone and everything around you? What if, instead of complaining, you took ownership? What if you said, "This is my life, and I'm going to take control of it"? When you do that, you unlock your true potential. No one else can do it for you. You see, the truth is, most people are closer to success than they think, but they stop right before they reach the finish line. They stop when it gets tough. Don't be that person. Don't quit when the going gets tough. That's when you have to push the hardest. You can't be someone who works hard one day and slacks off the next. Champions are consistent. They stay focused from beginning to end. So, I'm asking you, are you going to keep making excuses, or are you going to step up and be the person you were always meant to be? The truth is, the only thing standing between you and success is your own mindset. Change that, and the world will change with you. Take a look at your life. What's missing? What do you need to improve on? You owe it to yourself to go after what you want, no matter how hard it gets. If you want success, go after it. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today, right now. And if you're scared, that's okay. Fear is normal. But don't let it control you. Walk right into it. Your dreams, your goals, they're waiting for you. But you have to go after them. No more waiting, no more excuses. Take control of your life and take control of your destiny. So what are you going to do? Are you ready to take ownership of your life? Are you ready to show up every day and give 120%? Are you ready to put in the work it takes to become the person you know you can be? I believe in you. But more importantly, you have to believe in yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Start living with purpose. This is your time. Go get it. So, I'm asking you, are you going to keep making excuses, or are you going to step up and be the person you were always meant to be? The truth is, the only thing standing between you and success is your own mindset. Change that, and the world will change with you. Take a look at your life. What's missing? What do you need to improve on? You owe it to yourself to go after what you want, no matter how hard it gets. If you want success, go after it. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today, right now. And if you're scared, that's okay. Fear is normal. But don't let it control you. Walk right into it. Your dreams, your goals, they're waiting for you. But you have to go after them. No more waiting, no more excuses. Take control of your life and take control of your destiny. So what are you going to do? Are you ready to take ownership of your life? Are you ready to show up every day and give 120%? Are you ready to put in the work it takes to become the person you know you can be? I believe in you. But more importantly, you have to believe in yourself. Stop waiting for permission. Start living with purpose. This is your time. Go get it. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, "I'm not where I should be. I'm letting myself down"? It's a tough realization, but it's also a critical one. You see, until you get to that point where you truly own your decisions, you're missing something vital. You have to ask yourself, are you doing everything you can to get to the next level? Or are you just going through the motions, waiting for success to fall in your lap? Winners don't complain. Winners don't blame others. Winners are too busy putting in the work. They focus on the goal, on the vision. They understand that success isn't handed to them. It's earned. And it's earned by doing the work day in and day out, even when nobody is watching. So ask yourself right now, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to show up even when it's hard, even when you feel like giving up? Because that's where champions are made. Not in the moments of comfort, but in the moments of struggle. If you want success, you have to give your best. Not just for your kids, your spouse, your friends, but for yourself. You have to give 100%, not 50%, every single day. For the next 30 days, I need you to commit to doing everything you can to move yourself forward. No excuses. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. The truth is, you're going to hit roadblocks. You're going to face challenges. But how you respond to those challenges determines everything. So, what's your why? Why do you want to succeed? It has to be bigger than you. It has to be deeper than just having a nice car or a big house. Your why needs to push you beyond the limits you've set for yourself. When you find that why, you'll stop hitting the snooze button. You'll stop making excuses. You'll stop waiting for the right moment and start making the right moments happen. Let me be clear. Being successful is not going to be easy. The road to success is not a straight path. It's a grind, a dogfight. There are no shortcuts. There are no free rides. But the investment in yourself, in your dreams, will always pay off in the end. Trust me. You have to set a standard for your life. Don't wait for someone else to set that standard for you. You do it. Set it higher than you ever thought possible. I wasn't the smartest, but I had a vision. I set goals, and I worked toward them relentlessly. I got my GED, then my 4-year degree, then my master's, and my PhD. I didn't wait for opportunities to come to me. I went after them. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be relentless. Set a standard for your life that forces you to grow, to push past the fear, to push past the doubt. And when you do that, you'll realize that the pain, the struggle, the setbacks, they don't matter. What matters is your commitment to your goals. Now, I need you to hear this. There will be times when you want to quit. There will be times when it feels impossible. But those are the moments that define you. Do you stop when it gets hard? Or do you dig deep and keep going? You are stronger than you think. You've been given a gift, and now it's up to you to unwrap it. Don't wait for someone else to set that standard for you. You do it. Set it higher than you ever thought possible. I wasn't the smartest, but I had a vision. I set goals, and I worked toward them relentlessly. I got my GED, then my 4-year degree, then my master's, and my PhD. I didn't wait for opportunities to come to me. I went after them. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be relentless. Set a standard for your life that forces you to grow, to push past the fear, to push past the doubt. And when you do that, you'll realize that the pain, the struggle, the setbacks, they don't matter. What matters is your commitment to your goals. Now, I need you to hear this. There will be times when you want to quit. There will be times when it feels impossible. But those are the moments that define you. Do you stop when it gets hard? Or do you dig deep and keep going? You are stronger than you think. You've been given a gift, and now it's up to you to unwrap it.
You are in control. You are the author of your story. So stop being a spectator in your life. Get off the sidelines and step into the game. Start making moves instead of just watching everyone else succeed. How do you start? Let me tell you. It doesn't have to be massive, overwhelming changes. It's the small things that add up. Commit to reading a book every week, just one book, and trust me, that alone will change you. Or invest in yourself by getting a new certification or skill. Become an expert in something. If you do this consistently, this simple change will start shifting your reality. What are the 2 things you need to do? You probably already know. It's time to stop talking and start doing. The more you show up, the more you get results. The more you dedicate yourself to growing, the more you transform. It's not about what you're good at right now. It's about what you do next. Your life is a blank canvas. You are holding the brush. What's your masterpiece going to look like? This is the time to stop procrastinating, to stop letting self-doubt control your actions. Stop letting negative thoughts hold you back. Push through the challenges. When the going gets tough, that's when your true strength will show. Every obstacle you face is just another test for your resilience. You know the life you want. You know what you deserve. But are you ready to step up and claim it? It's time to let go of the excuses. Stop blaming your environment, your upbringing, or the people around you. That's not what's holding you back. The only thing holding you back is you. So, what will you do this year? Will you stay in the same job you hate? Will you continue to dread your morning routine? Will you settle for average relationships that don't serve you? Or will you take control? You have the power to change any area of your life that doesn't make you happy. I want you to know that you're capable of so much more than you think. You have everything within you to achieve greatness. There's no limit to what you can do once you build the mental strength to push through anything. It's not about talent or luck. It's about grit, determination, and staying focused on your goals no matter the obstacles. Don't So ask yourself, are you going to keep waiting for change? Or are you going to be the one who creates it? Are you ready to show up for yourself? Are you ready to make 2025 the year that changes everything? The time is now. No more excuses. No more waiting for the right moment. The moment is right now. So, what's it going to be? The choice is yours. You see, nothing will change if you don't change. You could have transformed your body. You could have fixed that broken relationship. You could have switched careers, and you could have started working on your dreams. But you chose to stay where you are. You chose the path you're on. So here's the big question for you. Will you keep living the same way for another year? Or will you take responsibility and start changing? Don't wait for someone else to change your situation for you. Change starts with you. This year is your year. It doesn't matter if you feel like it. It doesn't matter if you enjoy every step along the way. What matters is that you show up. You show up when you don't feel like it. You show up when the world is against you. You show up when it's hard. That's when you push through and grow. And that's what will give you results.